The meaning of the movie author Orpheus to read for minutes published 20.04. 2021 updated 20.04. 2021 Time Loop is a movie about the future. In the picture not very distant future, 2044 and 2074 years, is shown gloomy, full of murders, cruelty and aggression. People have learned to travel in time, which gave rise to a new position, a killer in time, looper. The heroes of the movie were sent victims from the future. In 2074 you can no longer kill with impunity as in 2044, so people were caught, tied up and sent to 2044. They were sent with bags on their heads and ingots in their backs, which were used to pay for the killer's labor. The crown order for each of the looper was to kill himself, in this case the bars were gold, after which the killer went on a well-deserved vacation of 30 years. Not everyone could dare to kill himself. It is not psychologically easy to shoot yourself and then live with the knowledge of how many years and days you have left. A friend of the protagonist, for example, could not kill himself from the future, took pity and let himself go, for which he was waiting for the cruelest reprisal from the customers, because not to close the loop was considered a terrible oversight. Heroes of the movie. The main characters of the movie are young looper Joe and the same, but after 30 years. The circumstances are such that both heroes meet in 2044, young Joe can't kill his old self, and they are both looking for the murderer of Joe's favorite wife. Only in 2040 for the murderer is a very young boy, but the heroes are not confused by this. Young Joe is a rather desperate guy who leads an unhealthy lifestyle, dabbles in drugs. In the future they are produced in the form of eye drops, kills his victims of their future in cold blood, is ruthless, capable of betrayal. But further life in China, love, affection change a man. Old Joe is quite different, wise, judicious. But after the death of his dearest person, his wife, he again shows cruelty, becomes dry and ruthless. He returns to the past, escapes from his younger self and goes for revenge. Development of events. Young Joe, after a conversation with a future version of himself, finds the murderer of his future wife himself, a little boy living on a farm with a young, pretty mother who loves her son fervently. The man manages to become attached to both the mother and the little boy, to love them. Of course, after that it becomes difficult for him to kill the child. But this is what old Joe craves, blinded by a thirst for revenge. As time passes, he finds the farm where little Sid lives. Meanwhile, the boy shows amazing abilities. When he is upset or angry, all objects fly into the air. By the presence of these abilities, both versions of Joe realize that the little boy is the shaman, a future strong ruthless killer. Unexpected ending. Young Joe fails to change his mind from the future not to kill the little boy with unusual abilities, but he helps the mother and baby escape. They don't make it in time, and old and ruthless Joe with a gun grows in their way. The boy causes a storm trying to protect himself and the mother, but calms down and old Joe grabs his gun again. The mother blocks the boy with herself, allowing him to escape into the reeds. Young Joe finds himself at the scene of the fight, observes what is happening and suddenly realizes that now he will kill the boys. Mother from the future, the boy will feel frightened and abandoned, will grow up, harden and become that brutal killer shaman, holding in fear the criminal world in 2074. If the mother stays alive, however, she will raise the boy to be kind. And he finds an unexpected way to prevent the murder, shoots himself. Accordingly, Joe from the future disappears, Sid and his mother remain alive. Unexpectedly for all viewers, Joe made a strong and respectable deed, sacrificed himself for the lives of people he loved, for their full happy future. What does the movie teach the viewer? What is its meaning? The movie, which at first glance seems to be a rather cruel action movie, is filled with a deep philosophical meaning. It shows how much love can change a person. This can be seen on the example of Joe from the future. He has already learned love. From a young indifferent killer became a serious, grown-up man. But the loss of his wife brought him back to cruelty. Young Joe was forced by love to change, to become capable of truly masculine deeds. Besides the power of love, the important thing the movie teaches is that we make our own future. It can be different and depends on how we act in the moment. Admin